Welcome to ZenLight 8, where we're spilling the raw, unfiltered truth about life, so you don't have to learn it the hard way like I did. Ever wonder why some people thrive while others just survive? In this video, I'm breaking down 100 hard-hitting laws of life that'll wake you up, shake you up, and help you take control before it's too late. From mastering your mind to dodging the traps of broke vibes and fake friends. Hit that play button, because your future self is begging you not to screw this up. 1. Focus on yourself. Don't let others control your mind. Take responsibility for your own life. Life's a battlefield, and your mind? That's the front line. If you don't lock it down, someone else will swoop in and plant their flag. Trust me, I've been there, running on fumes, chasing approval, letting other people's voices drown out my own. Big mistake. You can't live like that and expect to come out on top. Here's the deal, focus on you. People come and go, opinions shift like the wind, but you're the one stuck with yourself till the end. So why the hell would you hand over the reins to someone else? I used to think I needed everyone's green light to move forward. Friends, family, even random strangers on the internet. I'd twist myself into knots trying to fit their molds, letting their doubts creep into my head like termites. You're not good enough, they'd say, or worse, they wouldn't say it. They'd just look at you sideways and you'd fill in the blanks. That's the trap. You start believing their version of you instead of building your own. And before you know it, you're a puppet. Strings pulled by people who don't even know your middle name. Here's the wake-up call. Nobody's coming to save you. Not your mom, not your best friend, not that guru on YouTube with the perfect lighting. It's on you. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. Whether it's a toxic ex, a jealous coworker, or the endless scroll of social media telling you who you're supposed to be. They'll hijack your thoughts, your dreams, your whole damn life if you let them. And the worst part? They don't even have to try that hard. You'll do it for them, handing over the keys without a fight. I learned this the hard way. A few years back, I was stuck in a cycle of people-pleasing, bending over backwards to keep everyone happy. I'd say yes when I meant no, stay quiet when I wanted to scream, all because I didn't want to rock the boat. Guess what? The boat still sank. Those people I was killing myself for, they didn't stick around when the waves hit. And there I was, drowning in my own mess, realizing I'd let their opinions steer me straight into the rocks. That was my breaking point. I decided right then, no more. My mind, my rules. Taking responsibility for your life starts there. In your head. It's not about shutting everyone out. It's about knowing who gets a say and who doesn't. You've got to guard that space like it's Fort Knox. Because once you let someone else in, they don't just rent it, they squat. They'll set up camp, start whispering doubts, and suddenly you're second-guessing every move. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe they're right. Bullshit. They're not right, they're just louder. And you've been listening too long. So how do you take it back? First, get real with yourself. Sit down, alone, no distractions, and ask, who's running this show? Is it you, or is it the echoes of everyone else's noise? Be honest, brutally honest. If you're living for likes, nods, or claps, you're not living for you. You're a shadow, chasing someone else's light. I had to face that truth myself, staring at my reflection after another sleepless night, wondering why I felt so empty even with a full inbox of your great messages. It's because I wasn't great for me, I was great for them. Next, start cutting the cords. Not every voice deserves airtime. That friend who always finds a flaw? Mute them in your head. That boss who thinks you're a cog in their machine? Stop bowing. The world's full of people who'll try to shrink you down to fit their box. Don't help them do it. I'm not saying burn every bridge. I'm saying stop letting everyone cross yours like it's a free-for-all. You're not a doormat. You're a gatekeeper. And yeah, it's lonely sometimes. When you start focusing on yourself, people notice. They'll call you selfish, distant, cold. Let them. They're just mad they've lost their grip. Loneliness is the price you pay when you stop being everyone's yes man and start being your own man. I felt it hard at first. Nights with no texts, no invites, just me and my thoughts. But you know what? That silence was freedom. For the first time, I could hear myself think. No static, no guilt trips, just me figuring out what I wanted, not what they expected. Taking responsibility isn't just about your mind. It's about your whole damn life. Nobody's going to hand you a roadmap. You've got to draw it yourself, even if your hands shake while you're holding the pen. I used to wait for permission, for someone to say, "Go for it, you've got this." Never came. And when I stopped waiting, that's when shit started moving. I quit the dead-end job everyone said was stable. I walked away from relationships that drained me dry. I started saying no without a follow-up essay. Was it messy? Hell yes. Did I screw up? Plenty. But at least they were my screws-ups, not someone else's script. Here's the kicker. When you focus on yourself, you don't just survive, you build something. You stop being a passenger and start driving. Maybe you crash a few times, fine, that's how you learn. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, but either way, it's your call. I've had days where I thought I couldn't keep going, bills piling up, doubts screaming loud. But I did. Not because someone held my hand, but because I decided I wasn't done yet. You've got that power too. It's not about being perfect. It's about being in charge. Don't get it twisted. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean you're an island. You can still love, connect, help others. But it's got to come from a place of strength, not weakness. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you damn sure can't fill it by begging for scraps. I used to think selflessness was the ultimate virtue. Turns out, it's a fast track to burnout if you don't balance it with self-respect. Now, I give when I can, but I don't bleed out for people who wouldn't do the same. The world's noisy as hell. Everyone's got an opinion, a judgment, a hot take. They'll tell you who you are, what you're worth, where you should be. Shut it out. Your mind's not a public forum. It's your turf. And your life, that's your story, not theirs. I wasted years letting other people write my chapters, and all I got was a plot that didn't fit. Now I'm the author. Some pages are ugly, some are blank, but they're mine. So here's your law number 1, carved in stone. Focus on you. Don't let anyone else control your mind, because once they do, they've got your soul too. Take responsibility for your path, even when it's dark, even when it's lonely. People will come and go, let them. You're the constant. Build your life like it's yours, because it is. I screwed it up letting others run the show. Don't make my mistake. Grab the wheel. Drive. 2. Manage your time and relationships. Value your time. Avoid negative people, choose friends wisely, and sometimes being alone is good. Time's the one thing you can't buy back. Once it's gone, it's gone. Like sand slipping through your fingers while you're stuck listening to some jackass complain about their life for the 10th time. I've wasted too many hours on people who didn't deserve a second, and I've paid for it with regrets I can't shake. Here's the truth, your time is gold. Guard it like it's the last dollar in your pocket. And the people you let in, they're either adding to your stack or bleeding you dry. Manage that shit, your clock and your crew, because if you don't, you'll wake up one day wondering where it all went. I used to be the guy who'd give anyone my ear. Didn't matter who, old friend, new coworker, random dude at the bar with a sob story. I'd sit there, nodding, thinking I was being nice. Meanwhile, my own goals were collecting dust, my energy was shot, and my head was full of their garbage. Negative people don't just take your time, they take your soul. They're emotional vampires, sucking you dry with their whining, their drama, their endless woe is me bullshit. And the worst part? They don't even notice. They'll dump their trash on your doorstep and walk away whistling, while you're left shoveling it. Take it from me, avoid them. I had this one friend, let's call him Mike, who could turn a sunny day into a funeral. Every call was a rant. His boss sucked, his ex was crazy, the world was out to get him. At first, I'd try to help, throw him some advice, lift him up, but it was like pouring water into a cracked bucket. Nothing stuck. He didn't want solutions, he wanted an audience. One day, I just stopped picking up. Felt harsh, sure, but my days got lighter. My focus came back. That's when I learned. No company is better than bad company. Cut the dead weight or it'll drag you under. Now, don't get me wrong, relationships matter. But here's the law, choose wisely. You can't roll with just anyone and expect to come out ahead. Surround yourself with people who push you, not pull you back. I used to hang with a crowd that thought ambition was a dirty word. Why you working so hard? they'd say, cracking beers at noon while I was grinding on my side hustle. Live a little. Yeah, live a little, broke, bored, and bitching like them. Took me too long to see it. The fastest way to get better is to surround yourself with better. Ditch the anchors, find the wings. I've got a tight circle now, 3, maybe 4 people I call real friends. They're not perfect, but they're solid. They call me out when I'm slacking, cheer when I win, and don't waste my time with petty drama. Finding them wasn't easy, had to sift through a lot of fakes and flakes first. But it's worth it. Your crew shapes you. Pick the ones who make you sharper, not softer. If they're not adding value, time, energy, inspiration, why are they there? Be selfish with your hours. Most people don't deserve them. And yeah, sometimes that means going solo. I used to hate being alone. Felt like a punishment, like I'd failed at fitting in. But here's the flip. Solitude's a gift. When you're by yourself, no one's yapping in your ear. No one's dragging you down their rabbit hole. It's just you and your thoughts, raw and unfiltered. I started carving out alone time a couple years back. Nights with no phone, no noise, just me and a notebook. First, it was weird as hell. My brain wouldn't shut up. Guilt, worries, random crap. But then it settled. I started hearing myself again. What I wanted, what I'd been ignoring. Being alone didn't just recharge me. It rebuilt me. The transcript nails it. Sometimes you need to stop seeing the good in people and start seeing what they show you. That hit me hard. I'd spent years making excuses for folks. Oh, they're just having a bad day, they don't mean it, they'll change. Nah, people show you who they are, plain as day, and it's on you to believe them. That coworker who's always borrowing your ideas? They're a thief, not a teammate. That friend who only calls when they need something? They're a user, not a buddy. Stop romanticizing them. See the red flags, not the fairy tales. Your time's too precious for delusions. Managing your time and relationships isn't about being a dick. It's about being smart. I used to think saying no made me the bad guy. Took me forever to realize. It's not rude, it's respect for yourself. You don't owe anyone your minutes. That family member who guilts you into hours of pointless chatter? Sorry, I'm busy. That acquaintance who wants to catch up, but always leaves you drained? Can't make it. No apologies, no essays. Protect your peace like it's a fortress, because once you let the leeches in, they don't leave easy. Here's a story. I had this one gig where I'd stay late every night. Not because I had to, but because my boss knew I wouldn't say no. You're the reliable one, he'd say, piling on more work while he clocked out. I'd grind away, missing dinners, losing sleep, thinking I was proving something. Then one day I looked at my paycheck, same as the guy who left at 5. That was it. Next time he asked, I said, "Not tonight." He blinked, shocked, like I'd slapped him. But you know what? The world didn't end. He figured it out, and I got my nights back. Time's yours. Act like it. The flip side, value the good ones. When you find those rare people who get it, who respect your hustle, who bring light instead of shadows, hold them close. I've got a buddy, Jay, who's been there through my worst. Doesn't talk much, but when he does, it's gold. Never asks for more than he gives. That's worth my time. Give to those who deserve it, not those who demand it. Quality over quantity every damn day. And when it's just you, embrace it. Some of my best ideas, my clearest moments, came when I was alone, staring at a wall or walking with no destination. It's not lonely, it's powerful. You don't need a crowd to feel whole. Sometimes the best company is your own shadow. I've screwed up plenty letting time slip through my hands, chasing people who didn't give a damn. Don't do that. Your hours are finite. Your circle's your choice. Make both count. So here's your law number 2, etched in blood and sweat. Manage your time and relationships. Treasure every tick of the clock. Dodge the energy suckers. Pick your tribe with care. And don't be afraid to fly solo. Life's too short to waste on the wrong people or the wrong fights. I learned that late. Don't wait as long as I did. Clock's ticking. Choose wisely. 3. Don't live for others. You don't need to please everyone. Share less. And stop caring too much about what people think. Here's a truth I learned the hard way. Not everyone's going to like you, and that's not your problem. I used to run myself ragged trying to be everyone's golden boy, smiling when I was pissed, saying yes when I meant hell no, bending over backwards to keep the peace. For what? A pat on the head from people who'd turn around and stab me in the back? Screw that. Life's too short to live it for someone else's applause. You don't need to please the world, you don't need to spill your guts to every ear, and you damn sure don't need to lose sleep over their opinions. I did all that, and it got me nowhere but burned out and bitter. Let's start with the obvious. You can't make everyone happy. I tried. Oh man, did I try. I juggle a million masks. Perfect son, loyal friend, chill coworker, just to keep the crowd smiling. I'd bite my tongue when I wanted to cuss someone out, stay late to fix their messes, nod along to bullshit I didn't believe. And you know what I got? Nothing. Half the time, they didn't even notice. The other half, they took it for granted and asked for more. People are a bottomless pit. They'll drain you dry and still complain the cup's not full. Stop filling it. You're not a damn vending machine. I hit my limit a few years back. Was at a family thing and I'd spent the whole day playing nice. Listening to unsolicited advice, dodging dumb questions, pretending I gave a shit about cousin so-and-so's new car. By the end, I was a shell. Fake grin plastered on, inside screaming. Driving home, it hit me. Why am I doing this? Who's this for? Not me. That was the last time I let guilt or shoulds run the show. Now, if I'm not feeling it, I'm out. No apologies. You don't owe anyone your soul just because they expect it. Next up, quit oversharing. I used to be an open book, spilling my dreams, my fears, my plans to anyone who'd listen. Thought it made me real, authentic. Big mistake. Most people don't care, and the ones who do, some of them secretly want you to crash and burn. I'd tell friends about a new gig I was chasing, all excited, and they'd hit me with, "Oh, that sounds risky," or "You sure you're cut out for that?" Not support, shade. Took me too long to see it. Stop telling people everything. They don't need the playbook to your life. Keep your cards close. Privacy's power. I had this one buddy, thought he was solid. I'd lay it all out for him. My wins, my losses, my next moves. Then one day, I catch wind he's been talking behind my back, twisting my words, laughing at my hustle with people I didn't even know. Felt like a gut punch. Lesson learned. Not everyone's your cheerleader. Some are just waiting for you to trip so they can feel tall. Now I share crumbs, not the whole loaf. If they don't need to know, they don't. My life's not their entertainment. And the big one, what other people think. Let it go. I used to lose my mind over it. Every sideways glance, every whispered rumor, every "he's too this" or "not enough that" would eat me alive. I'd replay conversations in my head, tweaking what I should have said to sound cooler, smarter, whatever. Total waste. What they think of you is none of your business. It's their baggage, not yours. I spent years trying to win over people who'd already made up their minds. Guess what? They didn't change. I did. I stopped caring. Here's a story. I was up for a promotion once, busting my ass to impress the higher-ups. One guy, some slick suit with a corner office, didn't like me from day one. No reason, just vibes. I'd kill myself proving him wrong, extra hours, perfect reports, kissing the ring. He still shot me down, said I lacked presence. Stung like hell, kept me up nights, wondering what I did wrong. Then it clicked. His opinion wasn't my paycheck. I got the gig anyway, someone else saw my worth. He stayed salty. I stopped sweating it. You can't control their lens. You can only sharpen your own. The transcript says it straight. Proud you survived the days you thought you couldn't. That's the vibe. Living for others almost broke me. Days I couldn't breathe, couldn't move, weighed down by their expectations. But I crawled out, and you can too. Stop auditioning for their approval. You're not here to be their puppet or their punching bag. Be you, flaws, edges, all of it. If they don't like it, they can kick rocks. It's better to be hated for what you are than loved for something you're not. This isn't about being a lone wolf or flipping everyone off, though sometimes that feels good. It's about knowing your worth doesn't hinge on their nods. I used to think I needed the crowd's roar to feel alive. Turns out, the quiet of my own yes is louder. Like that time I quit a job everyone said was safe. They freaked, called me reckless, ungrateful. I walked anyway. Best move I ever made. Their gasps didn't pay my bills. My guts did. What they think doesn't write your story, you do. And when you stop living for them, you start living for real. No more shrinking to fit their boxes. No more begging for scraps of validation. You set your pace, your rules. I've lost friends over this. People who liked me better when I was their doormat. Fine. Doors that way. The ones who stayed, they get the real me, not the people-pleaser remix. Quality over quantity every time. You don't need a fan club, you need a life that's yours. Here's the practical side. Say no more. Mean it. I used to mumble, maybe, when I wanted to scream, never. Now it's a hard pass, no fluff, no excuses. People don't die from your boundaries. They just pout till they get over it. And when they push, stand firm. They'll test you, guilt trips, silent treatments, the works. Don't fold. I had an old pal try to drag me back into his chaos. Late night calls, endless favors. I said no once, twice, then blocked him. Peace restored. Your spine's your shield, use it. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy at first. You'll feel the itch to explain, to smooth it over, to care what they whisper. Fight it. I still catch myself sometimes, wondering if I'm too much for someone. Then I remember, too much for them, just right for me. Let them stew. Their chatter's background noise. Tune it out. Focus on your signal, not their static. So here's your law, number 3. Scratched into the dirt with my own hands. Don't live for others. You're not here to please the masses, spill your guts, or chase their thumbs up. I screwed up dancing to their tune till my feet bled. Don't do it. Drop the mask. Lock your lips, and let their opinions bounce off you like rain on a roof. This is your show. Run it your way. They don't like the script? They can leave the theater. 4. Accept and move forward. Make peace with your past, learn from failure, and change your future starting now. Your past is a ghost. It'll haunt you if you let it, creeping into every corner of your life, whispering what you did wrong, who you hurt, what you lost. I used to live there, stuck in rewind, replaying every screw-up like a bad movie I couldn't turn off. It owned me, until I figured out you've got to bury it, not carry it. Make peace with what's behind you, squeeze every damn lesson out of your falls, and start rewriting your story from right where you stand. You can't go back and fix the beginning, but you can sure as hell change the ending. I learned that the messy way, don't wait as long as I did. I spent years dragging my past around like a ball and chain. Every mistake, every regret, every should have done better, was a brick in the wall I built around myself. There was this one night, lost a job I hated anyway, but it still stung. I'd sit there, bottle in hand, running the tape. If I'd worked harder, if I'd kissed more ass, if I'd been someone else. That shit ate me alive. Kept me up, kept me small, kept me stuck. The past doesn't care about your tears. It just sits there, heavy, waiting for you to either fight it or fold. I folded too long. Then I got tired of losing. Making peace with it isn't some soft, fluffy thing. It's brutal. You've got to look that ghost in the eye and say, you don't run me anymore. I had to face some ugly truths. Times I was the asshole, times I let myself down, times I let others define me. Like this one relationship. Crashed and burned because I was too scared to walk away sooner. I'd beat myself up for years. Why didn't I see it? Why didn't I leave? Took me forever to get it. I can't undo that choice, but I can stop letting it screw up my now. Peace isn't erasing it. It's accepting it happened, it sucked, and it's over. The transcript says it raw. Make peace with your past so it won't screw up your present. That's the law. I've seen what happens when you don't, carrying old wounds into new fights, bleeding on people who didn't cut you. I used to snap at friends over nothing, mad at shadows from years ago they didn't even cast. My baggage wasn't their burden, but I made it theirs. Dumb move. Letting the past leak into today doesn't fix it. It just spreads the mess. Cut the cord. What's done is done. You're here, not there. Then there's failure, life's best teacher, if you don't run from it. I've fallen on my face more times than I can count. Quit jobs that could have been gold if I'd stuck it out. Burned bridges I should have crossed. Lost money chasing dumb ideas. Each one felt like a tattoo. Permanent, shameful. But here's the shift. Failure's a bruise, not a tattoo. It fades if you let it. I used to hide from my flops, pretending they didn't happen. Now I dig into them. What went wrong? What I missed? What I can do better? Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Either way, you're not empty-handed. Take this one bust. I sank cash into a side gig. Some half-baked scheme I swore would make me rich. Tanked in 3 months. I was pissed. Blamed the market. Blamed my luck. Blamed everyone but me. Sat on that L for a while, feeling like a loser. Then I cracked it open. I didn't plan, didn't research, didn't grind hard enough. That failure taught me more than any win, how to spot a bad bet, how to prep, how to own my shit. Next time I hustled, I didn't just swing, I swung smart. Bruises heal, lessons stick. Don't waste yours. The real power's in this. You can change your future from right now. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today. I used to think I was locked in, that my past set the script and I was just reading lines. Bullshit. You're not a prisoner of yesterday unless you chain yourself there. I hit a low point, broke, alone, staring at a ceiling that felt like it was caving in. Thought that was it, game over. But one morning I said, enough. Started small. Cut the booze, hit the gym, wrote down what I wanted. No magic, just moves. Step by step, the picture shifted. You can't redo the start, but you can damn sure steer the finish. Here's a real one. I was stuck in a dead-end town, working a dead-end gig, living a dead-end life. Everyone said, that's just how it is. I bought it until I didn't. Packed a bag, moved cities, took a job that scared the hell out of me. Friends called me crazy. Family said I'd flop. I did it anyway. First year was rough. Slept on floors, ate cheap, doubted myself daily. But I kept going. Now, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm miles from where I was. The past didn't decide that, I did. Right now's your lever. Pull it. It's not about forgetting. Some scars don't fade, and that's fine. I've got plenty. Bad calls, broken trust, nights I still flinch thinking about. Accepting them doesn't mean they're pretty. It means they're not the boss. I used to let those scars call the shots, keeping me cautious, small, scared. No more. They're there, but they're backseat drivers now. You've got to take the wheel. The past taught you. It doesn't own you. And yeah, it's messy. Making peace can feel like choking down glass. Swallowing pride. Forgiving yourself. Letting go of what-ifs. I had to forgive myself for a lot. Wasted years, missed shots, people I pushed away. Took time, took guts. Still does. But every time I do, I drop a weight. Moving forward's lighter when you're not hauling yesterday's trash. Same with failure. Learning from it stings, but running from it stinks worse. I've dodged enough mirrors to know. Face it or fester. The transcript's got that gem. Your deepest, darkest moment may be the best thing that ever happens to you. Damn right. My rock bottom, jobless, friendless, hopeless, was my reset. Stripped me bare. Showed me what I could take, what I could build. I didn't see it then. Felt like the end. Looking back, it was the start. You don't see the gold in the dirt till you climb out. Whatever you're lugging, whatever knocked you down, it's not the final word unless you let it be. Flip the page. So here's how you do it. Stare down your past, not with rose-colored glasses, but with a cold, hard look. What's it got on you? Call it out, name it, tame it. Mine was shame. Thought I'd never be more than my worst days. Wrong. Then mine your failures. Every crash has a clue. What's it teaching you? Act on it. And now, move. One choice, one step, one middle finger to what was. I started running again, not from, but toward. You can too. Here's your law number 4, carved from my own wreckage. Accept and move forward. Make peace with the ghosts, learn from the falls, and change your tomorrow starting today. I let my past choke me till I couldn't breathe. Don't do that. Bury it, study it, beat it. Life's not a rerun. It's a rough draft. Edit it now. You're still here. That's your shot. Take it. 5, Finances matter. Use money as a shield, but don't get arrogant when you're rich. Money's not everything, but it's damn close to oxygen when life starts choking you. I've been broke, scraping by, counting pennies, praying the lights don't go out, and I've had enough to breathe easy. Here's what I learned. It's a shield, not a trophy. Protects you from a lot of bullshit, hunger, stress, desperation, but if you let it go to your head, it'll turn you into someone you'd hate. Take your financial life seriously because it's a defense against chaos, but stay humble, because the second you start flashing it like a crown, you've already lost the plot. I've screwed this up both ways, don't follow my lead. Broke hits different. I've had nights where I'd stare at an empty fridge, wondering how I'd stretch $1 till Friday. No safety net, no backup, just me and a stack of bills I couldn't pay. Rent's due, cars busted, phones buzzing with collectors. Sound familiar? That's when I got it. Money's a shield. Without it, you're naked in a storm, dodging punches you can't block. I'd hustle odd jobs. Mowing lawns, flipping junk, anything to keep the wolves off my doorstep. It wasn't pretty, but it taught me cash isn't just power, it's survival. You don't mess around with that. The transcript lays it out. Take your financial life seriously. Money is a defense to a lot of challenges. Truth. I've seen what no money does. Sleepless nights, fights over crumbs, doors slamming shut. Had a buddy lose his place because he couldn't scrape together first and last. Couch surfed till he couldn't, then disappeared. Money could have caught him. It's not about greed, it's about breathing room. When you've got it, the world's less cruel. Bills don't care about your dreams. They care about your balance. Stack it, guard it, use it right. But here's where I tripped. I started making some, and it went to my head. Got a decent gig, paycheck steady, bank account finally green. Felt like a king, new kicks, big dinners, flexing for no reason. Thought I'd made it. Dumbass move. I'd blow half my cash trying to look rich instead of being smart. Bought a car I didn't need, ran up tabs I couldn't sustain, all to impress people who didn't give a damn. The high lasted till the crash. Overspent, overdrawn, back to square one. Lesson hit hard. Money's a tool, not a flex. Wave it around and it'll wave goodbye. Humility's the line you don't cross. I've met rich folks. Real rich, not fake it till you break it rich, and the best ones don't act like it. One guy I knew owned 3 businesses, drove a beat-up truck, never bragged. Said, money's for doing, not showing. Meanwhile, I've seen clowns with a couple grand act like they invented gold. Guess who's still standing? Arrogance burns cash faster than fire. I've been that clown, strutting like I was untouchable, till the bills humbled me quick. Stay low even when you're up. Here's a real one. I had this stretch where I was pulling in good money, side hustle popped off, day job paid solid. First thing I did? Upgraded everything, phone, clothes, crib. Felt unstoppable. Then the hustle slowed, taxes hit, and I was eating rice for a month straight. Could have saved, could have planned, didn't. Ego ate my buffer. Now, when I make a buck, I stash it before I flash it. Money's a shield when it's in your pocket, not when it's on your wrist. Learn from my damassery, build the wall, don't wave the bricks. The practical side? Get your shit together. I was clueless. Didn't budget, didn't save, thought it'll work out. It doesn't. Start small, track what's coming in, what's going out. I used to guess, bad move. Numbers don't lie. Feelings do. Cut the fat, subscriptions you don't use, nights out you don't need. I dropped cable, quit buying coffee, started cooking. Saved hundreds. Then stack emergency fund first, 3 months worth if you can. Took me years to figure that out after one flat tire wiped me out. Shield up, head down. And don't sleep on earning more. I stuck with a crap job too long, thinking loyalty paid. Didn't. Raises were crumbs, hours were hell. Finally jumped. Took a risk, learned a skill, pushed for better. Pay doubled in a year. Money's defense grows when you grow. Hustle smart, side gigs, upskilling, whatever moves the needle. I started fixing stuff, bikes, phones. Turned a hobby into cash. Doesn't have to be fancy. Just has to work. Broke me didn't have options. Building me did. But here's the trap. When it flows, ego creeps in. I've seen it. Guys hit a windfall and turn into pricks overnight. Friend of mine cashed out big on some crypto bet. Suddenly he's above us, dropping lines like, "You wouldn't get it." Lost his crew, then his stack. Money amplifies who you are. If you're an ass, it just makes you a louder one. I felt that itch, wanted to strut when my account hit 5 figures. Caught myself. No one cares about your balance but you. Keep it quiet, keep it real. The transcripts got that fire. No matter how smart, successful, and good-looking you are, nobody likes arrogance. Humility is everything. Burned that into my skull. I've been cocky. Thought I was hot shit, till life cooled me off. Had a boss once, loaded, treated us like dirt. Everyone hated him, whispered it in the break room, sabotaged his day when we could. Contrast that with another well-off but fair listened. We'd run through walls for her. Money buys a lot. It doesn't buy respect. Stay human even when you're flush. Here's a low point. I was down to my last 20, car on fumes, no gigs lined up. Panic set in, couldn't eat, couldn't think. Pawned some gear to make rent. That desperation, money could have stopped it. Then flipped it. Got stable, saved $1,000. Felt the shield kick in. Stress dropped. Options opened. But I didn't strut. Kept grinding, kept quiet. Rich me isn't loud me. It's free me. That's the goal, security, not swagger. So how do you do it? Eyes on the prize, financial peace, not financial flex. Budget like it's war. Every dollar's a soldier. Save like you'll fall, because you will. Earn like you mean it, don't settle for scraps. And when you've got it, act like you don't. I've lost it showing off, gained it staying steady. Money's your armor, wear it, don't wave it. I've been the fool who flashed and crashed. Don't be me. Here's your law, number 5. Scratched in the dust of my own broke days. Finances matter. Use money to guard your life, not gild your ego. I've starved and I've strutted, both sucked. Build the shield, skip the crown. Life's a fight. Cash helps you win, but pride makes you lose. Stack it, respect it, stay grounded. That's the play. 6. Be honest and respect yourself. Live true to who you are, trust actions over words, and keep your self-respect strong. You can fake a lot in life, your smile, your hustle, your whole damn vibe, but you can't fake yourself forever. I tried. Wore masks till my face hurt, played parts till I forgot my lines, all to dodge the truth of who I was. Big mistake. Living a lie's a slow bleed. It drains you till there's nothing left. Be real with yourself even when it's ugly. Trust what people do, not what they say, because words are cheap and actions don't lie. And above all, hold your self-respect like it's a blade, sharp, steady, unbreakable. I've bent, I've broken, I've learned. Don't screw it up like I did. I used to be a chameleon, shifting colors to fit whoever was in the room. With the cool crowd, I'd play tough, crack jokes I didn't mean. With the deep types, I'd nod along, fake some soul I didn't feel. Thought it made me slick, likable, safe. Nah, it made me a ghost. Nobody knew me, not even me. I'd lie awake after, wondering why I felt so hollow. Took a hard look one day. I wasn't living my truth. I was renting everyone else's. The transcript cuts it clean. It's better to be hated for what you are than loved for something you're not. Damn right. I'd rather be despised for my mess than adored for a mirage. Being honest with yourself is a gut punch. You've got to face the shit you dodge, your flaws, your fears, the stuff you shove under the rug. I had to admit I was a coward sometimes. Stayed in dead-end gigs, clung to toxic ties, all because I was scared to rock the boat. Hurt like hell to see it. But once I did, game changer. Stopped pretending I was fine when I wasn't. Quit acting like I had it together when I was falling apart. Truth set me loose, messy, real, mine. You can't move forward till you own where you're at. And others, don't trust their chatter. Words are smoke, pretty till they vanish. I've been burned by silver tongues too many times. Had a friend swear he'd have my back. Bro, I'm here always. Next thing I know, he's gone when the heat's on, leaving me swinging. Bosses promising raises, girls promising forever, same story. Mouths move, but hands don't. Now I watch what they do. Someone says they care? Show me, don't tell me. The transcripts got it. Don't trust words. trust actions. Learned that the hard way, believe the walk, not the talk. Here's a real one. I was tight with this guy, thought he was family. He'd hype me up, "You're gonna kill it, man." Then I'd catch him undercutting me. Taking credit, spreading half-truths. Words were gold. Deeds were dirt. Cut him loose. Felt cold, but my gut settled. People reveal themselves in what they do, watch close. That coworker who's all smiles but never pulls weight? That partner who vows change but keeps slipping? Actions don't need subtitles. Read them. Self-respect's the backbone. Without it, you're jelly, flopping wherever the wind blows. I let mine crumble too often. Said yes when I meant no. Ate shit I should have spit out, all to keep the peace. Like this one job. Boss treated me like a dog. Snapped orders, trashed my work, paid me scraps. I'd take it, head down, thinking, gotta eat. Till I couldn't. One day he barked, I barked back. Walked out, no plan, just pride. Broke as hell after, but I stood taller. Self-respect's not negotiable, lose it and you lose you. I've got scars from bending too far. Dated someone once. Kept me on a leash, chipped at my worth till I felt small. I'd laugh it off, play nice, let it slide. Why? Didn't want to be that guy. Alone, difficult, whatever. Took me too long to see. Swallowing disrespect doesn't earn you love. It earns you a doormat label. Finally snapped, called it out, walked away. Hurt, but I breathed again. Your self-respect's got to be iron. Stronger than your feelings. Sharper than their guilt trips. The transcript nails it. Accept criticism, but never accept disrespect. Burn that in. Living true isn't soft, it's war. You'll piss people off. I quit playing the good son. Stopped jumping for every call. Every "you owe us." Family flipped, called me selfish, ungrateful. Let them. I wasn't their puppet anymore. Friends faded when I stopped being their yes man. Fine. Truth thins the herd, keeps the real, ditches the rest. I'd rather roll solo than fake it with a crowd. You'll lose some, but you'll find you. Worth it every time. Here's how it broke for me. I was stuck in a loop. Dead job, fake front. Hating the mirror. One night, alone, I cracked. Wrote it all down, the lies I lived, the people I trusted, the respect I trashed. Ugly list. Next day, I started cutting, quit the gig, dropped the phonies, stood up straight. Felt like shedding skin. First steps wobbled. Bills piled. Doubts screamed. But I kept going. Truth's a compass. Self-respect's the fuel. Got me here, still flawed, but real. And yeah, it's lonely sometimes. When you stop bending, people bounce. I've had nights, quiet, heavy, wondering if I'd pushed too far. Then I'd remember. I'd rather sleep alone than wake up a fraud. The transcript's got that fire. Be kind, but don't let people use you. I was everyone's doormat, now I'm my own man. Kindness stays, but my spine's non-negotiable. You don't get there without losing some baggage, human or otherwise. The practical? Start small but firm. Look at yourself, where's the mask? Drop it. I stopped sucking up. Told my boss flat out, "This ain't working." He blinked. I stood. Trust actions. Next time someone promises the moon, wait for the proof. I don't buy, I'll fix it. Till I see it fixed. And self-respect? Draw the line. Say no, walk off, hold your ground. Had a friend push me once, jabs disguised as jokes. I said, "Cut it." He didn't, I did. Lines drawn. Don't blur it. Here's a low point. I was a shell. Lying to fit in, trusting empty vows, letting my worth erode. Hit bottom when I caught myself begging for scraps of time, of respect. From people who didn't care. Snapped me awake. Rebuilt from there, truth first, then trust, then pride. Took guts, took losses, took time. Still takes it. But I'm not that guy anymore. Neither should you be. So here's your law number 6. Etched in the cracks I climbed out of. Be honest and respect yourself. Live your truth. Not their script. Believe what they show, not what they say. And keep your self-respect tighter than your grip on life. I played the fool, lost my core, found it again. Don't drift like I did. Stand real, stand tall. That's your power, don't give it away. 7. Discipline and patience. Work hard, control your emotions, and trust the process. Life doesn't hand you shit, you've got to claw for it. I've learned that the hard way, tripping over my own laziness, blowing up when I should have chilled, and quitting when I should have waited. Discipline and patience aren't sexy, they're grind and grit, but they're the difference between dreaming and doing. Work your ass off, keep your feelings on a leash, and believe the dots connect even when you can't see the line. I've half-assed it, lost my cool, and bailed too soon. Don't repeat my mess. This is how you build something real. Discipline's the backbone. Without it, you're just a wish floating in the wind, pretty till it's gone. I used to be that guy, big talk, no follow-through. I'll start tomorrow, I'd say, kicking cans down the road till the road ran out. Had a shot at a decent gig once, needed to prep, study, show up sharp. Instead, I winged it. Slept late, scrolled my phone, rolled in sloppy. Bombed it. Boss looked at me like, "You serious?" I wasn't. Lost the chance, ate the lesson. Nothing comes to the half-hearted. The transcripts got it cold. The best way to respect yourself is to discipline yourself. Truth. Lax me got nowhere. Locked in me got traction. Work hard's non-negotiable. I've coasted, thought talent or luck would carry me. Nope. Life's a grinder, it chews up the soft and spits them out. Took me years to get that. Had a side hustle, fixing junk for cash. Could have been gold, but I'd slack, skip days, let it fizzle. Barely broke even. Then I flipped the switch, set hours, hit them, pushed, till my hands bled. Turned a trickle into a stream. The harder you work, the luckier you get. I've lived both sides. Lazy me starved. Disciplined me ate. Pick your fight. And emotions? They'll wreck you if you don't chain them. I've blown it. Rage, panic, pity parties. Letting feelings steer when they should have sat shotgun. Lost a job once 'cause I snapped. Boss pissed me off. I mouthed off. Door hit me on the way out. Felt good for 10 minutes, bad for 10 months. Another time, I freaked. Big bill loomed. No cash, spiraled into I'm done. Wasted days wallowing when I could have hustled. The transcript cuts deep. When you're angry, stay silent. Wish I'd known that sooner. Loose lips and wild hearts sink ships. Control it or it controls you. Here's a real one. I was chasing a goal, save a grand, move out of a dump. Started strong, extra shifts, no splurges. Then life hit, car broke, friend flaked, mood tanked. Old me would have raged, quit, drowned it in beer. New me? Bit my tongue, fixed the car, kept stacking. Took twice as long as I planned, 8 months, not 4. But I got there. Discipline held the line. Patience sealed it. Emotions screamed quit. I didn't listen. That's the win. Staying steady when you want to snap. Trusting the process is the gut check. Shit takes time, longer than you want, messier than you expect. I used to bounce. Start something, see no quick payoff, ditch it. Thought instant was the goal. Wrong. Had a writing gig. Pitched ideas, crickets, pitched more, nothing. Gave up. Month later, they called, wanted the first one, but I checked out. Missed it by impatience. Now I know good things brew slow. The transcripts got that gem. Be patient and trust the process. I've rushed and lost. Waiting's where the gold hides. Here's how it broke. I was a mess. No rhythm, all reaction. Job sucked. I'd vent till I was hoarse. Dreams stalled. I'd sulk till I was numb. Then I got fed up. Set rules. Wake early. Work late. Shut up when pissed. First week sucked. Tired, cranky, doubting. Kept going. Month in, saw shifts, cash grew, mood leveled, path cleared. Took 6 months to feel solid, a year to feel strong. Process ain't pretty. It's a slog, but it works. I'm proof. Chaos me flailed. Steady me climbed. Discipline's daily war. I've slipped, snoozed alarms, skipped reps, let one day stretch to never. Each time I paid, goals faded, respect dipped. Like this one stretch. Wanted to get fit, hit the gym 3 days, felt sore, stopped. 3 months later, still weak, mad at myself. Rewired it, 5 minutes a day, no excuses. Built to hours, built muscle, built pride. Small wins stack, consistency's the glue. You don't need heroics, you need habits. I flunked enough to know. Drift kills, discipline saves. Emotions are sneaky. They'll dress up as truth and beg to run the show. I've bought it. Yelled when I should have breathed. Quit when I should have stayed. Had a fight with a buddy. Dumb stuff. Tempers flared. I stormed off. Could have cooled it, talked it out. Didn't. Lost a good one. Now, when heat rises, I pause, count 10, walk it off. Saved more than I've torched since. Feelings lie. Control lasts. The transcript's on it. Control your thoughts, or your thoughts will control you. Master that, and you're bulletproof. Patience is the long game. I've rushed. Pushed deals too fast, chased quick fixes, got burned. Tried flipping stuff online. Bought cheap, sold cheaper, lost a wad cause I wouldn't wait for the right buyer. Rewound, tried again, held out, researched, doubled up. Time's your ally if you let it be. I've cursed delays, job hunts, cash crunches. Till I saw they were cooking something better. Trust it. The dots link later, your job's to keep drawing. Here's a low point. I was scattered lazy days, hot head, chasing shortcuts. Hit a wall, no money, no plan, all noise. Snapped one night, trashed my room, screamed at nothing. Next day, reset. Wrote a schedule, stuck to it, bit my lip till it bled. Slow as hell, weeks of grind, months of quiet, but it turned. Got a gig, saved a buck, found a rhythm. Discipline dragged me out. Patience pulled me up. Still fight for it. Some days I slip, but I don't stay down. So here's the play. Lock in, set your work, do it, no whining. I start at 6, end when it's done. Tired don't matter. Chain your emotions. Feel it, don't feed it. I write my rants, shred them, move on. Trust the grind, results lag, keep pushing. Took me a year to see green. Kept sowing. The transcripts fire. Do your best and trust the process. I've half-stepped and failed. Full tilt wins. Build it brick by brick. Sweat, silence, faith. Here's your law, number 7. Scratched in the dust of my own flops. Discipline and patience. Grind hard. Tame your heart. Believe the road bends your way. I've slacked, snapped, and skipped wasted years. Don't. Lock it down, hold it steady, let it grow. Life's a marathon, not a sprint. Run it right. 8. Don't get too attached. Avoid envy, let go of grudges, and understand everything comes at the right time. Attachment's a chain, you lock it on yourself and it drags you down till you're choking. I've been there. Green with envy over someone else's wins. Fists clenched over old wounds. Pacing like a caged dog waiting for my turn. Took me too long to see it. Clinging to that shit doesn't lift you up. It buries you. Ditch the jealousy, drop the hate, and quit forcing the clock. Life's got its own rhythm. Yours is to roll with it, not fight it. I've wasted years gripping too tight. Don't do what I did. Cut loose and breathe. Envy's a thief. It steals your peace and leaves you staring at someone else's plate. I used to scroll through feeds, gut twisting at their cars, their trips, their perfect lives. Why not me? I'd mutter, bitter as hell. Had a coworker, same gig, younger, shot past me like a rocket. New ride, big desk, all smiles. I'd seethe, worked harder, stayed later, got nothing. Felt like a punch every time he walked by. The transcripts got it raw. Envy is a waste of time. You already have all you need. Took me a minute, but I got there. His win wasn't my loss. Mine was stewing instead of moving. I flipped it. Stopped looking sideways, started looking ahead. What did I have? A roof, a hustle, a shot. Not flashy, but enough. Envy's a liar. Tells you you're behind when you're just on your own track. That kid's climb? His story. Mine's slower, grittier, fine. I quit measuring myself by their yardsticks. Next time I saw him, I nodded. Meant it. Freed up space in my head to build, not bitch. You don't need their shine, yours is coming. Eyes off their prize, on your grind. Grudges are heavier. Dead weight you haul, till your back breaks. I've carried plenty, old friends who stabbed me, bosses who screwed me, chances that slipped. One hit deep. Guy I trusted, years tight, ghosted when I needed him. Left me hanging, job gone, cash dry, he didn't even text. I'd replay it, simmering, plotting how I'd call him out. Years of that, anger like a rock in my gut. The transcript cuts it. Hatred is a curse that does not affect the hated. It only poisons the hater. Truth. He was fine. I was rotting. Letting go's a fight. Took me sitting alone, staring at that weight, asking, what's this doing for me? Nothing, just eating my days. Wrote his name, burned it, literal fire, ash in the wind. Didn't fix him, fixed me. Another one, ex-boss, cheated me out of pay, smirked about it. Wanted to smash his face. Didn't, worked harder, outgrew him, let it fade. Grudges don't settle scores, they stall you. Release them like poison. Your veins clear, your steps lighten. I've held too long. Drop it before it drops you. Then there's timing, life's cruel joke. You want it now, love, cash, wins, but it's got its own damn schedule. I've kicked doors that wouldn't budge, cursed skies that wouldn't rain. Thought I'd make it by 25, big job, fat stack, sorted. Hit 30, still scrambling. Felt like a failure. Rushed every move, half-assed hustles, forced fits, crashed every time. The transcripts got that gold. Everything comes to you at the right time. Be patient and trust the process. Took a pile of flops to see. Forcing it breaks it, waiting works it. Here's a real one. Chased a gig, perfect fit, big step. Pushed hard, calls, emails, begged. Nada. Gave up, pissed. 6 months later, better one landed, same field, more pay, less grind. If I'd forced the first, I'd have missed it. Timing's not your enemy. It's your edge. I've rushed and burned, side gig flopped, 'cause I jumped too soon. Lost cash I couldn't spare. Rewound, waited, won next round. Life's a slow cook. Don't yank it off the stove. Your moment's brewing, let it. Attachment's the root. Envy's wanting their now. Grudges are gripping your then. Impatience is clawing at your when. I've been tangled in all three. Jealous of others, mad at ghosts, frantic for tomorrow. Hit a low. No cash, no crew, no clue. Blamed everyone. Everything. One night, snapped. Threw out the noise, sat with the quiet. Saw it. I was choking myself. Let go of their wins, my wounds, the rush. Next day, lighter, started small, stayed steady. Still do. Loose grip, long game, that's the shift. The practical? Kill envy, list what you've got, not what they flaunt. I jot mine weekly. Bed, food, fight, good enough. Grudges, name them, ditch them. Wrote my list, shredded it, gone. Timing, set your pace, not theirs. Plan, push, pause, let it unfold. Took a job once. Sucked, stuck it out, led to better. Rushed me, would have bolted. Patient me climbed. The transcripts fire. The root of all suffering is attachment. Cut the ropes. Envy, hate, haste, and you're free. Here's how it broke. I was a knot, green at their highs, red at my lows, racing a clock I couldn't catch. Lost a friend, envied his rise, hated his fall, pushed my own too fast. Burned out, broke down, reset, dropped the scoreboard, forgave the past, slowed my roll. Took months. Grit, tears, silence, but I'm here. Not perfect, not fast, mine. You don't need their shine, their debt, their speed. You need your lane, run it clean. And yeah, it's rough. Envy stings. See them soar, feel small. Grudges bite, old cuts bleed fresh. Waiting grinds, days drag, hope thins. I felt it all. Nights pacing, fists tight. Why not yet? Then I'd breathe, release, trust. Still do, some days I slip, glare, grip. Pull back, works every time. Loose hands win, clenched ones lose. I've choked on attachment. Spit it out, you'll stand taller. Here's a low point. I was stuck, jealous of a buddy's cash, mad at a ghost's betrayal, clawing at a future I couldn't force. Hit empty, screamed at walls, hated myself. Dawn broke, I broke. Let it go, all of it. Next move, worked my patch, ignored their grass, waited my turn. Took a year, slow wins, quiet nights, but I'm up. Attachment's a trap, I sprang it. You can too. So here's your law number 8, carved from my own chains. Don't get too attached. Skip the envy, drop the grudges, trust the timing. I've envied till I ached, hated till I sank, rushed till I cracked, wasted life. Don't. Let their winds roll, your scars fade, your clock tick. Life lands when it lands, stay loose, stay you. That's the play. 9. Learn to say no. Set boundaries, don't over-explain, and protect your privacy. Saying no's a superpower. I didn't get it till I was drowning in yes. Used to be the guy who'd nod to everything, extra shifts, dumb favors, plans I hated, just to keep the peace, keep the likes, keep the mask on. Drained me dry. Took me too long to learn. You've got to draw lines, shut your mouth after no, and lock your life behind a wall. Boundaries aren't rude, they're survival. Explanations are optional, and your business? That's yours alone. I've been the doormat, don't let them walk on you like I did. Own your no and stand on it. I was a yes man, pathetic, really. Friend needs a ride at 3 a.m.? Sure. Boss dumps last-minute crap? Got it. Family guilts me into some bullshit I don't want? Fine. Thought it made me good, reliable, whatever. Nah, it made me a pushover. I'd run myself ragged, tired, broke, pissed, while they skipped off, unbothered. Had this one pal always borrowing cash, time, energy. A cave, he'd vanish till the next ask. One day I said no, flat, done. He sulked, I slept. World kept spinning. The transcripts got it. Learn to say no without explaining yourself. Should have tattooed that years ago. Boundaries are your fortress. Without them, everyone's in your yard trampling your grass. I let mine crumble. Doors wide open, no locks. People took what they wanted, my hours, my headspace, my damn sanity. Like this job. Stayed late every night. No OT, just team player vibes. Boss loved it. I hated it. Finally snapped. Clocked out at 5, said, "That's it." He blinked. I breathed. Line drawn. Or that cousin, endless calls, whining, dumping. I'd listen till my ears bled. Now, busy. Click. You don't owe them your everything. Set the gate. Guard it. And don't over-explain, biggest trap I fell into. I'd say no, then ramble, sorry this reason that, like I had to justify breathing my own air. Made me weak, gave them ammo. Can you help move my crap? No, I've got, stuff, sorry, maybe next time. They'd push, guilt trips. Why not? Wore me down till I caved. Rewired it. No, full stop. Had a buddy ask for a loan again. No, he fished. What's up? I shrugged. Just no. End of story. The transcripts fire. Don't waste your time with explanations. People only hear what they want to hear. Truth, keep it short, keep it yours. Privacy's the gold mine, guard it like a vault. I used to spill plans, struggles, wins to anyone with an ear. Thought it built trust, made me open. Bullshit. Half didn't care. The other half used it, judged, gossiped, waited for my slip. Had a coworker, told him I was pitching a side gig, all hype. Next week, he's mocking it to the crew, laughing at my hustle. Gut punch. Now I zip it, nobody knows my moves till they're done. The transcript's on it. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. Learned that late. Lock your life down, they can't touch you. Here's a real one. I was everyone's mule. Yes to every load, explaining till I choked, spilling my guts like a fool. Hit a wall, friend asked me to bail him out, big cash, sob story. Old me would have paid, apologized, told him my whole bank saga. Knew me? No, he pressed. Why? Doesn't matter. Stared him down till he backed off. Felt like steel. First time I owned my space. Kept my reasons, my plans, my peace. He didn't need in, nobody did. That's the shift. Say it, mean it, hide it. Saying no's a muscle, weak at first, strong with reps. I'd stutter, mumble, maybe. Dodge the hit. Felt wrong, means selfish. Like this time. Family gig. Didn't want to go. Knew it'd be drama. I'll see. Showed up. Hated it, left mad. Next round? No, they whined. Family. I held. Still no. Awkward as hell, but I slept fine. Gets easier. Boss asks for overtime. No, pal wants a favor. No, each one's a brick in your wall. The transcripts got that bite. Never say maybe if you want to say no. Wish I'd lived that sooner, half words invite half fights. Boundaries get tested, people don't like gates. They'll knock, beg, bang. I've had it. Guilt trips from mom. You're too busy for us. Shade from friends. You've changed. Let them talk. Had a coworker push. Kept piling tasks. I'd push back. Not my load. He'd sulk. I'd shrug. Took weeks, but he stopped. Or that leech. Kept calling. Just one more. Blocked him. They'll pout. They'll prod. Stand firm. Your line's yours. Don't let them redraw it. I folded too much. Steel holds better than sand. Privacy's a shield. Lose it, you're exposed. I've overshared. Told a girl my lows. She threw them back later. Bragged a win. Got envy in return. Now I'm a vault. Friend asks, what's next? Stuff. That's it. Keeps me safe. Keeps me sharp. The transcript's gold. Don't let anyone know what you're doing until it's done. Lived it. Started a gig. Zipped my lip. Pulled it off. No chatter, no sabotage, just results. Your moves are yours. Don't broadcast till the credits roll. Here's how it broke. I was a sponge. Sopped up every ask. Spilled every thought. Begged for their okay. Crashed hard. Yes to a loan I couldn't afford. Explained till I was blue. Told the world my grind. Lost cash. Lost sleep. Lost me. One night, done. Said no to a favor. Shut up. Kept my next step quiet. Felt weird, cold, hard. Kept at it weeks of no's. Clipped words, locked doors. Turned a corner, energy back. Plan safe, respect up. Still tweak it. Some slip through. But I'm tighter now. The practical? Practice no. Start small. No, can't tonight. Build it. No, not doing that. Drop the fluff. Skip, sorry. Skip. Because I say it, sit with it, silence works. Boundaries, name your limit, hold it. I'm out at 6, then leave. Privacy, share crumbs, not loaves. How's it going? Good. Done. Took me a year, lost some, gained me. The transcript's got that heat. Be a giver, but learn your limits. The takers don't have any. Set yours. Takers hate it, you'll love it. Here's a low point. I was wide open, yes to all, babbling my life, begging approval. Hit empty, owed money, owed time, owed nothing to myself. Snapped. Said no to a bloodsucker. Bit my tongue, hid my hustle. They balked, I stood. Slow climb. Months of carving space. Ceiling leaks. But I'm here. Not their pawn, not their book, mine. You don't need their yes, their whys, their eyes. You need yours, lock it down. So here's your law, number 9. Scratched from my own doormat days. Learn to say no. Draw your lines, skip the script, keep your world yours. I've bent till I broke. Yes bled me. Words weakened me. Leaks sank me. Don't. Say it sharp, stand tall, stay shut. Life's yours, don't hand it over. That's the play. 10. Live positively. Be grateful for the small things. Forgive but don't be naive. And enjoy life because it's short. Life's a fleeting bastard. Here 1 second. Gone the next. I've wasted too much of it sulking over what I didn't have, clutching grudges like they'd pay rent, and missing the good 'cause I was chasing perfect. Took me hitting dirt to see it. You've got to live bright, count the wins, even the tiny ones, let go of the poison without getting soft, and soak up every damn drop 'cause the clock don't stop. Be grateful, forgive smart, enjoy the ride. I've screwed this up plenty. Don't follow my old tracks. Light it up instead. Gratitude's a quiet power. I didn't get it till I had nothing left to lose. Used to bitch, job sucked, bank was dry, nobody cared. Fair, maybe, but it blinded me. Had a stretch, couch crashing, ramen diet, future black. One morning, sun hit my face through a cracked window. Coffee still hot in a chipped mug. Stopped me cold. I had a roof, a sip, a breath small but real. The transcript's got it. Be grateful for the little things in your life to find inner peace. Shifted me, started noting it. A meal, a laugh, a dry day. Big wins are rare. Small ones carry you. Quit whining, start counting. I've been ungrateful. Eyes on their stacks, their rides, their glow. Thought I was shorted, life owed me more. Had a buddy. Same grind, landed a fat gig. Bragged nonstop. I'd stew, why him? Then I'd walk home. Legs worked, air clear, tunes in my ears. His win didn't erase mine. Took me too long. Gratitude ain't about having it all. It's seeing what's enough. Now I list it. Pen to paper. Bed's warm. Got a plan. Still kicking. Sounds corny, works like steel. You've got more than you think. Look harder. Forgiveness is trickier. It's a razor's edge. I've held hate till my knuckles bled, old scars, fresh cuts, people who deserved my fist. Like this one guy. Screwed me on a deal, left me broke, laughed it off. I'd simmer, years plotting payback, chewing venom. Wasted me, not him. The transcript's raw. Be forgiving, be understanding, but do not be a fool. Took a beat to crack it. Let it go, but don't let it slide. Forgave him, not for him, for me. Dropped the weight, kept the lesson, don't trust snakes. Peace came, naivety didn't. Here's a real one. Family mess. Someone close burned me bad. Lied. Took. Vanished. Rage owned me, nights pacing, cursing their name. Then I saw it. They're gone. I'm here, still bleeding. Wrote it out. Every hurt, every why. Tore it up. Forgave, not a hug, just a release. But I'm no sucker, won't let them near again. Another time. Coworker stabbed my back, stole my shot. Let it go, his karma, not my load, but I watch him now, eyes open. Forgive to free yourself, not to fix them. I've clung, till I cracked, loose grip heals faster. Life's short, brutal, beautiful, blink and it's gone short. I've lost time. Days to gloom, years to grudges, chasing shadows instead of sun. Hit me hard, friend dropped, young, sudden, done. We'd planned beers, laughs, never got him. Stood at his grave, gutted, swearing I'd stop wasting mine. The transcript's got that fire. Life is short. Live it. Love is rare. Grab it. Anger is bad. Dump it. Fear is awful. Face it. Memories are sweet. Cherish them. Woke me up, quit sulking, start savoring. It's a one-way ticket, ride it full. I've dodged joy, too busy, too mad, too scared. Used to grind, till I'd collapse, work, worry, repeat, no breaks, no highs. Thought that's how you win. Nah, that's how you lose. Now I pause, cold beer after a long day, music loud, walk with no point. Small, sure, but mine. Had a night, roof, stars, cheap whiskey. Felt alive, no cost. Life's not tomorrow's promise. It's today's pulse. I've let it slip, don't. Grab it. Laugh hard. Love deep. Soak it in. Clock's ticking, hear it. Here's how it broke. I was dark. Ungrateful. Bitter. Numb. Lost a chunk. Job tanked. Ties snapped. Hope dimmed. One day. Snapped. Sat with a coffee. Felt the warmth. Said, this is something. Forgave an old ghost. Not for them, for me. Felt lighter. Took a walk. Air hit. Birds chirped. Grinned for no reason. Slow shift, weeks of thanks. Months of letting go, years of tasting it. Still fight. Gloom creeps, old hates knock, but I push back. Positive's a choice, mine now. The practical? Gratitude, name 3 a day. Got food. Got fight. Got dawn. I do it, grounds me. Forgiveness. List the hurt. Burn it. Lock the gate. Did it, frees me, fools me less. Enjoyment. Steal a moment. Song. Sunset. Sip. I chase it, lifts me. Took me a decade, dark to light, but it stuck. The transcript's gold. No regrets. Just lessons. No worries. Just acceptance. No expectations. Just gratitude. Live that drops the load, lifts the soul. Here's a low point. I was sunk, no thanks, all spite. Life a blur. Friends call. Missed it, he's gone next day. Crushed me, vowed no more. Started small. Thanked the rain. Forgave a fool. Laughed at nothing. Climb slow, still climb, but I'm here. Not their game, not my past, my now. You don't need full hands, just open ones. Grab it, drop it, love it, short's all you've got. And that's the wrap. 10 laws, 10 scars, 10 shots at getting it right. To everyone riding with Zenlight 8, y'all are the real deal. You've stuck through my rants, my wrecks, my rawest takes on this wild ride called life. This ain't just a channel. It's a crew. A tribe of us figuring it out, one gritty truth at a time. I've spilled my guts here. Screwed up past, hard one wins. Hoping it lights something for you. You've kept me going. Comments, vibes. That quiet nod of, I get it, means more than you know. We've hit the end of this run. 10 rules to not screw your life up like I did. From focusing on you to living bright, it's all here, messy, real, mine, maybe yours. Take what works, ditch what doesn't, but keep pushing. Life's short, brutal, beautiful, y'all know that. Thanks for walking this with me. Zenlight 8's alive cause of you. Stay real, stay raw, stay you. Catch you on the next one, peace.